It's the Cold Beer Surf Club.
Dude, pipe's so crazy like that though. Because I used to trip out when I do the contest always, like 30 minutes. Like even when the waves were like pretty good, you can so easily get a 30 minutes where it's just not good.
Yeah.
Like even on the days when it's firing, it's like the rip blows through and you'll like, it's like fucked for half an hour.
Totally. I think because it's so crowded, the crowd takes up so much of your thought process that you don't realize like how pulsy it is. Because half of your brain is just like, where am I in the crowd and and all that. So when they're not there, you're like, oh, huh, yeah.
Well, there hasn't been a good wave in a while.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks, Mark.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
No
Thanks for
worries.
jumping on the podcast. Cheers.
Rip in.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Always the hardest part's starting because there's like 8 million things I want to talk to. Like Shane, same thing. I'm like, where do I even start? Because just like looked up to all you guys so much.
Oh,
so
thanks,
it's
man.
surreal just getting to have a beer and talk story. Thank you.
Stoked to be doing it.
Yeah. Well, dude, I don't know. I guess growing up like over here in North Shore life, like, can you just take us through the early days?
Yeah, early days North Shore was drastically different than it is now. The waves mostly remain the same, so that's great. It was just kind of like nobody really had money out here. I remember it would be like kind of a big deal if you saw a new car drive on the road. Like everybody's cars were rust buckets, holes in the roof, leaking, full of centipedes and cockroaches. And there were so many lots that were undeveloped still, so we'd go like, ramble through there, catch bugs, make forts, stuff like that.
And were you born and raised here?
Yep. So I was born at Wahiawa General Hospital and grew up on kind of like, my backyard was on Comsat Road, so across from like Velzy Land pretty much. So that was home.
Sick.
Yep, it was a great place. To go back to what I was saying, it's like, I think our rent for a 3-bedroom house was $250 a month.
Wow.
But it was a dump. There's holes in the floor that you'd fall through if my parents would throw a mat over it. You just have to warn people who walked in not to step there. But that was kind of normal back then. Definitely a bit more rough around the edges, for sure. It was definitely being a haole was a little bit more of a minority back then. Now it's like a hive of haulies over here, chock full. But no, it's just a different experience. I'm super grateful for it, for all the benefits of being close to the ocean and an amazing place and all the amazing, talented surfers and pirates that would come here. Got to learn a lot, and also grateful for like the challenges it puts in your face, and it definitely shaped who I am.
Yeah, majorly, right?
Yeah.
Was surfing even like a choice when you grew up here, like, or was it just something that was just being in the ocean just seems like so part of the culture?
Yeah, I mean, it was like all of my friends. My dad was taking me. My dad worked construction my whole life, so he liked surfing, diving, spearfishing. So he would just kind of take me along, and then I'd have like my little buddies from down at Shores, which is the beach inside of Sunset Point. That was like where we'd all go. And Jamie Sterling grew up on my street, so we hung out a ton. And it's just your boys from the beach. That was kind of like everybody. Once you hit like 10 years old, most Groms were allowed to go to the beach by themselves if they just went to Shores. So you get on your bike and rip over there, and everyone's there.
Dude, that's so cool. It's such a sick, like, just being over here, like with my little son now too, it's like just being able to go outside and be warm and be in the ocean and just freaking grip around on the beach and everything. It's so special to just have that. Like,
it is
huge playground.
Yeah, and just like there's so little barrier to entry to just get in the water. Actually, like, really admire like people like yourself that come up in a place where you gotta like put on a 4 mil, 5 mil wetsuit. As a kid, like just trying to get my daughter in her spring suit. He's like, fighting me,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't imagine if we had to get in a 5 mil.
Dude, I know. I think back and I actually, my brother brought this up the other day because we were talking about shitting in wetsuits when we were a kid, and just how everyone like somehow does it on accident a couple times.
Yep.
And there was like this one winter I did like winter surf camp with Davey Smith, and I never dried my wetsuit, and so I'd like take it in the morning and it'd be all wet and sandy, and I just trunk it. So I was like, I'm not putting that thing on. You know, I was probably like 8, but I'd rather be cold than put on the wet wetsuit.
That's the worst. Dude, wet, sandy wetsuit.
So gross.
Ice cold in the morning.
Yeah. But we try, like, I just got him a little full suit, like one of Pat Gudang's company's one. They make the little Grom one.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. And so because even over here, a couple of days, he was like kind of cold. So I was like, trying to get him in it. Like, oh my God, dude. Wrestling match.
Oh, yeah.
I was almost thinking, you know, the stuff for your dive suits, the slime?
Yeah.
Like lubing it up, maybe.
Yeah, throw some conditioner in there.
Yeah.
Did you try putting a plastic bag over his foot?
I tried that. Kind of worked.
Kind of.
But then it got stuck up there and I couldn't get it out.
There's nothing that will send you into like the red zone faster than a little kid not pointing their toes. Going into long pants, jammies, wetsuits, you're just like, I know you're not trying as hard as you can to point those toes. It's just getting stuck halfway, and you're like, dude, ready to just lose your mind over something so stupid.
So simple.
Yeah.
So what age were you like fully surfing?
My dad started me like taking me out when I was probably like 4 or something like that. So it's like he would take me out on his board. We get pounded all the time, the like camis and stuff like that, and then we'd go to Ali'i, and so Ali'i, they used to have like soft top boards or different surfboards at the surf center, so you could like show up after school. So if like dad was working or something and I wanted to catch some waves, could go down there. And Terry Aquina, who's like kind of like a hometown big wave surfer legend, he was in one that what was it, 96 Eddie, that really big one, had a crazy wipeout everybody knew him from. But he would work down there and just like take kids surfing who wanted to go surf. So we'd go do that sometimes too.
So cool. And then did you compete? Like, did you do NSSA and like Grom comps when you were a kid?
I did way too many of them.
Oh, you did a shit ton.
I did way too many of them.
Because it's weird for me.
I should have got the memo that is not my thing and just flagged it like really quickly.
Because for me, like when I was like Mark Healey, I was just like always knew you as just the guy who's just surfing the biggest, gnarliest waves and getting tubed. So
yeah, because I never made a final.
Well,
That's why.
I just like didn't even know that there was like that side of you, because we just knew you that was like what you're so well known for, you know?
I could have skipped all that, but I'm glad I did it because I made so many good friends that are still like some of my best friends in the world from those days.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get, you know, close with kids from outer islands, so they would have to come to Oahu. They end up staying at your house and stuff like that. And that exchange of people having to travel and do surf contests, or even me going to California, it's like I met so many lifelong friends through that process. It was definitely worthwhile.
Who was your posse like over here when you were like competing and doing that in the like Hawaii comps and stuff?
Man, so it's like all the Oahu guys and outer island guys. So it's like, you know, me and Jamie Sterling would always like carpool and stuff. But it's like Fred Patachia, Joel Centeo, Jason Shibata, like Mike Dodd, he's from Big Island, Mayan Goodwin from Kauai, Barca, Fuller,
Dude.
You know,
Tom
Doslin. Yeah. Like I'm missing a lot of people right now, but yeah, just a good wild bunch.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much, you just named like all the guys when we started coming to the North Shore, and just being like, oh my God.
Yeah, because that's probably when I was like first living in Pipeline. That was first year of Volcom house, when I moved in next door to the house Jamie owns now. And yeah, so like we all knew each other from those days, and then it turned into that.
That's
and
crazy.
It was just kind of like Animal House.
So wait, Volcom house, pre-Volcom house, you were living there?
So the house that Jamie O'Brien owns on the Pipeline Pathway, that used to be a total like tear down shithole. And my friend Kavika Drummond was renting the downstairs over there with his buddy. And I was 17, and he was like, hey, just a heads up, we're moving out, and I could let you know, and maybe you could just scoot right in. I was like, yeah, for sure. And so I got the okay, and then I just told my parents, hey, I'm moving out a year early. I'll be right down the road. So I moved in downstairs there. My roommate was Jesse Merle Jones from Kauai, who's another guy I did all the contests with. And then upstairs was Danny Fuller and Darren Crawford.
No way.
And that year when I was 17 was the first year of the Volcom House, the first winter of the Volcom House. So I was there through like all of the beginning and middle and basically
Gnarly.
the neighbors. It was wild.
Just in your prime.
Yeah, or like I was still pretty Gromish at 17, you know, like I definitely not anywhere up high on a totem pole, but it was wild times.
What was that like, just throwing yourself in the deep end right there?
I was kind of, I mean, a lot of people were the younger guys were my boys from early days, and I kind of enjoyed it. I like being in the action, you know, where the sparks are. But yeah, we had a good thing going there. Our downstairs rent was, what was it? It was $900 a month, so it was $450 each for me and Jesse Merle, and yeah, it was just wild times. You know, we had our spot that was kind of separate, and then you know Darren Crawford, right?
Yeah.
Crawford's classic.
So
he had
classic,
like
dude.
his giant vinyl collection.
Yeah.
That's floor to ceiling. So
Loves a party.
Oh yeah, he just loves a party, and so he's like playing rad old music and stuff all the time. So like that was kind of the safe space. Like girls like to dance there. They felt comfortable.
Felt safe.
Yeah, they felt safe, and I think that was like great for the guys running the show across to have a safe space over there. So they helped kind of regulate nothing getting too nuts over there, because it was a mutually beneficial system that was going on. And yeah, we were just downstairs in we call it the Shire, downstairs, low ceilings. Every time it would flood, the sewage would back up
Into your zone?
Yeah, like the
No
whole
way.
house is this deep in sewage twice while I lived there.
Oh my God.
I cleared the whole downstairs of human shit this deep with one shop vac, 5 towels, and a dustpan solo.
Oh my God, that's so gnarly.
It was awful.
Wow.
Just blacked out. It was like, okay,
This
has to happen.
This has to happen.
yeah.
Oh my God. That's so gnarly.
It was radical. Like when it would flood really bad, I was in the shower one of the times, and while I was in the shower, the shower drain just turned into a shit geyser, and it was shooting up like this high with like toilet paper fragments and stuff. So I'm like, ah! like trying to like tiptoe into a corner, and then I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I gotta plug this up, and I open the shower curtain, and the toilet's just going boom, boom. It's like a horror movie. I was like, what do I do?
Dude, that's the gnarliest thing I've ever heard.
I went and grabbed like a hand towel and a broomstick and was trying to hold it to keep it down in the shower
no
drain, and just
chance.
watching it just geyser out of the toilet and end up like
God.
started coming out of the sink. It was awful.
Oh my God. That's so savage.
Oh yeah.
Where was the roommate? Where's Kavika? Just freaking.
No, Kavika
Oh,
is one to
Jesse,
get
Merle was
Merle.
there.
That happened, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I gotta go to Kauai."
My grandma's sick.
Yeah, I was like, "You son of a bitch!"
Oh my God.
But it was, $450 a month for my share
Yeah.
on the beach at Pipe. You know, you're not gonna get that without getting some baggage.
Yeah. So is that like when you moved in there, was that when you really started focusing on pipeline?
Yeah, I really liked it before. I kind of first went out there when I was like 12.
Yeah.
It was kind of the first time, and I was all about it. And yeah, I just wanted
So
to
you're
survive.
already years into the pipeline infatuation.
Yep. I was just kind of like getting confident to like that I could make a wave, a bomb if it comes to me kind of thing.
Yeah. So like from 12 years old, you're just like, you just wanted it.
Yeah. So we went down here. The first time we ever surfed pipe, it was the first time for me, Fuller, Jamie O'Brien, it was Jason Federico, and Leon Rosetto. And we were all like, we're gonna surf pipe, you know, like we surfed at Sandbar and stuff before.
Yeah.
But we camped out on the beach because we thought we had to be like right there to get out before anybody else gets out, because we were like scared to just get regulated and sent in basically. So we all camped on the beach, and before it got light, we paddled out. That was all of our first session at like pipe, like 4 to 6 foot pipe. And then I remember Jamie got launched on one, broke his board, and we were like, oh, gnarly, he broke a board. None of us had broke a board before. Whoa, man, this is serious.
Crazy. So what was it like at that point for like 12-year-olds to paddle out in the lineup? Because I mean, was that...
Actually, it might have been younger than 12. Yeah, that might have been 5th grade.
Was that like pinnacle of like Wolfpack, or is that like even
No, it was way before.
Way before.
Yeah, that was our first time. That was probably, I was probably like 11 or 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that, so, because I remember even just the other night, I went to that Andy thing at the Sugar Mill, which was super cool. And Barco was talking kind of about like how pipe was pre like Andy and Bruce coming over, and kind of like everything sort of getting some order, and like the pecking order was like kind of mayhem. Is that how you remember it, or not really?
I would say it kind of was. Like, there was definitely guys that would regulate, but it wasn't like a like they would regulate if somebody dropped it on them.
Yeah.
They didn't care about the general as much. There's
not
still
like
just
the general order of the lineup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of heavy guys, but the concern wasn't about like the creating some kind of structure for, you know, safety and pecking order, I'd say.
And so at that, like when you were paddling out when you were 10, it was like a little bit more like there were the gnarly boys. And then
there's definitely gnarly guys, and people like, yeah, you could definitely get hit as a kid.
Were they like, oh,
it.
sick, like you're out here? Or were they like, what are you doing out here?
You know what? Most of them are super cool.
Yeah.
You know, most of them are cool. Obviously, you're not like, here's a great wave, but they're nice. It's just, you're just kind of shitting yourself, not wanting to be the guy who's like bailing your board in the way, you know, trying to pick off small insiders, and a set comes and you're just like, oh my God, here comes Johnny boy.
Yeah.
I'm going to bail my board in front of him. You're like, I'll take the wave instead.
Yeah.
On the head.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so then you just started like being out, like how often were you out at pipe from 12 years old?
A lot. As much as I could, for sure. Because back then I would take, I had a cruiser bike with a board rack on it, and so I'd ride my bike in the dark, and my mom tried to make me wear a helmet, and then I'd chuck the helmet in the bushes and go surfing. But I'd park my bike over at the Johnson's place, PD and Trent and Jack's house, and their dad, Jeff, was super cool about me parking my bike there. They had his Doberman Pinscher. I think his name is Bogey, but he would just go bananas every time I'd come in the gate in the morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's gonna clip me. Yeah. But they were just so nice. So they'd always let me park my bike over there. So that was kind of like my launch pad, and then turned 17, that I'm living
then you were
2 doors down.
Wow. How like what age do you remember being like, oh my God, I got like the wave that you were maybe like the wave maybe we'd all dream of as a kid, you know, like the pipeline wave?
I feel like I don't remember the one. I remember the ones I almost made, where I was just like, oh my God, I was so close to just making a nuts one. Just like, I was so small too that a lot of them, the spit would just blow me off my board. It's like, yeah, it's gonna happen finally, and just poof, and I'm doing like a forward gainer and like getting shot into the roof.
Oh my God.
Because I was so light. I was like, I didn't break 100 pounds until I was like, I want to say 16 or 17.
Really?
I was super small.
Crazy.
Yeah. My head was the same size.
I think I broke 140 by the time I was like 15.
Yeah, I was like tiny.
But rushing.
Trying, yeah.
Was there anyone who was like older than you that kind of took you under their wing and was like, showed you the ropes, or was it pretty much just you figuring it out?
I mean, I feel like I always remember Reynos Hayes being really cool and like, you know, trying to help me out, give me pointers. Mike Stewart was always super cool to me, like, you know, be going by and be like, hey, you should go over there. which is wild because I feel like he hasn't aged a day. We're still out like talking out the back, and he was an adult when I was a baby out there. You know? And we're always sitting in the same area out there.
Looking for similar waves.
Yeah, and it's so cool to see how talented and how much longevity that guy has. But, you know, like Poncho, I remember that was my game too. Like, Poncho is always super cool. And on those 4 to 6 foot days, I'd sit right next to him because I knew he'd prefer to go right.
Yeah.
So I'd be like the deepest on the left.
Go left.
And try to work that. But yeah, it was great times.
So, what was like your gnarliest like experience in the lineup out there?
I think gnarliest ones, well, Malik passing away, that was horrible. So dealing with that and grabbing them and stuff, and
wow, so you're right
that whole
there for
process was tough.
That's so nice.
And then I blew out my legs, so I like split my my kneecap on the left side in half, basically. So it like Pac-Man like this, and then broke my heel on the other side. I just landed so hard on my feet, and one foot buckled. That was the kneecap that broke. Because I almost broke both heels. That one side buckled and went to a knee and just destroyed that kneecap, and then the other one broke. Other heel broke. And so,
my gosh.
It felt like I stepped on a landmine. I was like, oh my God, it's just gonna be like a bunch of hanging meat and like sharp bone fragments. I was like, oh my God, it hurts so bad. And the next wave was like, I was in the zone. I remember Uncle D just getting drained on an 8-footer, and the lip was like landing right in front of me. And so my leash was on that leg that had the kneecap split in half, and it was just like, I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna be the same again. I'm fucked. Then got to the beach and like things weren't torn apart, but yeah, internally it wasn't good.
Wow.
And that took a long time to
Did you jump
fix.
out of like the lip, or were you?
No, you know what it was you know how it's the same section where everybody gets hurt, right? It's like not off the peak.
Yeah.
It's like going into its final section when it'll do that breathe, and it just like puts you off kilter and then just
And
opens
somehow
up.
there's just no water on the reef, huh?
And my like, yeah, there's zero water on the reef. So when it breathed, I like went forward like this, and my knee actually caught the face of the wave, so it spun me, and then I went over in a real weird way.
Yeah.
And luckily, it was on my legs. I would have been 100% dead if it was my head.
Oh my God.
But that just, yeah, I was in a wheelchair for a couple weeks, and it took a long time to get it back, and
That's so gnarly.
just hurt.
How old were you when that happened?
Shit, I don't remember. I must have been probably 23,
Oh, you're young.
23, 24.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that was definitely sore. I hit the bottom so hard with my legs that I was coughing up blood from my lungs just from the impact. It felt like I'm jumping off of like a 3-story building onto concrete or something. The impact was just so hard. Because you know, like those ones that drain out so hard that the lip splits the water and it feels like you never touched water. You're just like, boom.
Yeah.
So you got like that forward momentum going fast, and you fall with forward momentum down probably like 12 feet. And just
on the
bang!
I mean, you basically are jumping off a freaking couple stories just onto the reef.
Yeah.
The only
but
thing
you
I can
also have
relate
forward
to
motion.
is this one. I freaking hit like a back door. I did the same thing, like super early morning. Thing breathed, and like I was on like what I thought was at the time my best backdoor wave ever. It was like a perfect 8-footer.
Yeah.
And the thing just went poof, and I was like, oh no, and fell and just went over the falls and like straight. Like I didn't even think I was gonna get that worked, but when I went over, it just, there was no water there. And I remember like getting so scorpion, like my back and shit, and then I felt my knee just go tink on the bottom. I didn't even think anything of it. And then I was like, got so worked. And then I was caught over there, and I like reached down, I was like, oh, maybe I should see if my knee's cut. And my fingers just went like in there, and I was like, oh, that's not good. And I looked down, the thing was just like, blah, and I thought I could see my kneecap.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it turned out it was like the fascia around it.
Yeah,
But,
it's weird. It's so like violent that you don't know a lot of times that you're even cut. It's so chaotic and. Yeah.
So I had no idea I was cut. I literally like I felt like I barely touched the bottom, and so I'm like imagining had I done that thing and like actually done that, it's just freaking things just start exploding.
Yep.
Were you all cut up, or was it just broken
Yeah,
nose?
I like it was like that, just deep scrape chunks out. Yeah, and then I was cut on the heel too. It's cut, yeah.
Stitches kind of, or just more?
No, it's just like where you just lose the material.
Can't even stitch
It's just
it.
there's nothing to stitch anymore.
Oh, dude, that's so crazy.
The ones, the ones where you hit really hard and it's just white for a while before the blood comes in. Those ones.
Ugh, I hate that when you look. That's what that one. I looked down, I was like, oh, what is that stuff in there?
I'm not supposed to see that.
No. Oh, it's so bad. What was it like coming back from that? Like, how long did it take?
It took some months, but we had qualified for like this Inter-Pacific Spearfishing Championships. So like my goal was to get back to diving well for this tournament. So that was nice. I kind of put an extra fire under my ass. I think I did the tournament like 3 months later.
Damn, that's pretty insane.
Just went to the pool and then once I got in the ocean, I just
How do they put a kneecap together?
I got super fortunate that it wasn't offset.
Okay.
So shout out to Dr. Kramer. He looked at all my stuff and he's like, if you're older, I would say you probably need to get this buttoned up, but let's see how it fares. Like, be good to it, don't displace it. And I got one of those, like, I don't know if it's kind of like an electric, like magnetic device to put on that helps stimulate bone growth. So I just did that all day, every day, pretty much, and it ended up doing X-rays, a month later, and it started to fill in.
It was fusing.
Yeah,
wow,
but it was
crazy.
a big gap, so it like
no way
quite a bit.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
So you probably just had to have it completely freaking locked, though, huh? To like
had to be good about it.
Dude, that's so crazy. I didn't know that happened to you. I actually never really even heard of someone splitting their kneecap in half like that.
It sucks.
Oh my God. Does it
I have
hurt
PTSD
anymore?
from it, I swear. If I ever knock this kneecap on it, I'm like on like a corner of something. I'm
like that.
Oh my God. Comes rushing back, that feeling.
How about like, was it hard for you to get back into surfing pipe after an injury like that, or were you just?
It always kind of is.
Yeah.
After the different injuries, it's like you kind of got to like regain your confidence. I feel like you still got bitten. You got to get back into the flow where you're not trying to protect yourself too much.
Yeah.
Because it's like a zero hesitation wave. You can't be like trying to protect anything,
Totally.
or else it's gonna turn out worse.
Yeah. I know, it's when I was younger, I'd like just go over to off-ball and I couldn't catch waves. I just like pull into closeouts and I'm like, what was I thinking, dude? Before I ever got hurt, I was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, this is fun.
It was so fun. But
Yeah.
now I'm like, I would actually still like to do that. It was fun, but it hurts too bad.
I know. I think when I was lighter, I didn't hit the bottom as much. It's like when I finally like filled out, I was like, man, I'm hitting the bottom a lot more now.
Dude, wow, the bottom's so gnarly. So you always dove?
Yeah.
Ever since you were Grom?
Since I was Grom, old days. So my dad would just take me out and hold on to his float and we could spearfish.
And he taught you?
Yep, pretty much. And then I got to a certain age where I just loved it, and I kept doing it my whole life. But then there was like a good chunk of years where I was like starting to actually get decent, where none of my surf friends dove, so I just dove solo for years. And then I linked up with some buddies from Haleiwa that were my age, and started diving with them. And we started doing tournaments together and stuff, and it became the dive crew.
Sick.
Yeah.
So when you do tournaments, is it like about like shooting fish, or more like freediving tournaments?
No, it's spearfishing tournaments.
Okay.
So they all have different rules, but the basic, I guess, format is you have a species list, you have minimum size, and in places with slot limits, you have a minimum and a maximum size. You have a limited number, so you can get like 4 of each species. But if it's like there's a real common one, maybe they might add a couple to it. Some are boat tournaments, some are start from shore, some are kayak. It depends, but it was fun. It definitely pushes you. You're going to different places you've never been before, and you're trying to figure out new species you've never seen or hunted, and being able to gauge like the size underwater, looking at them.
Oh, crazy.
Figure out, like, you got to go scout, so it's like pretty time consuming. So you say, we're doing a tournament in Florida, you got to go spend a week diving like 10 hours a day just to figure out your spots, make a game plan, make a list depending on conditions of where you're going to go, what species you expect to tick off the list. You figure out, what species are like mandatory to clear out that whole number of species to be competitive at all. So it's like, all right, yeah, if you're going to be in the top 3, you have to get, like, over here it'd be like, you have to get every nanui, you have to get every parrotfish, you have to get every unicorn surgeonfish, akala, so things like that.
Crazy.
It's a lot of.
So do you get like points based on, like, will they give you like a thing and it's like, oh, you get points for this and for that?
Yeah, it's usually point per fish and point per pound or something like that. And sometimes some fish are worth more points.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways it can go.
No way.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But it's fun, and I liked it, but it's, dude, you spend a lot of time and money to go, and you could do something that's like fantastic and like beat just world-class people, and it's like everyone in a little restaurant at the end of the day, high five.
High five, dude.
Yeah.
I'll buy you a beer.
Yeah, you don't even get to keep the trophy. It's like some perpetual trophy. You're like, I mean, this is cool. I love the experience, but
Totally.
it's hard to justify spending a ton of time on this.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not doing those as much now?
No.
That was back then.
But there's fun ones. There's really rad ones that they do over here. So it's like, that are like invasive species only, and there's cool ones where they have kids involved, and so you take one of the kids out. Like, I like the fun ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How, it's pretty special getting to go catch your own fish.
Yeah, definitely. It's, I grew up that way. My uncle's been a commercial fisherman out of Haleiwa forever. My dad always go spearfish, go fishing, ulua fishing at night down at the beaches around here and stuff. Used to ulua fish down at Keiki, and I went to the school across the street, so it's like walk straight across the street after spending the night making bonfires, like finding shells in the morning, knowing around, catching fish. So yeah, I just always grew up. It was normal to have your own fish. I like it. It's like, I like the independence it gives you. The more you're self-reliant, the more you can say no to things. The more you can make clear decisions and do less things you don't want to do. It's the way I look at it. It's like, I can feed myself, so how bad can it get?
Totally. Yeah, for sure. And when did you get the boat?
I got the boat. We got it 3 years ago. So yeah, it's a 27 Hoku. So it's like a Radin mold. I think it's one of the 25 Radins that's stretched to 27.
Okay.
Guy's been making them over in Kona for like 20 something years. I've always liked those Radin style boats, like low gunnel work boats that you can just plow down seas if you want to, and can use a lot of weight.
Yeah, they're good dive boats, huh?
Yeah.
It's easy getting it out.
So great.
Reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a boat before that one?
Yeah, we had bought a 22-foot Hawaiian Sea Cat. Okay. So that is built by a guy named Don Moses over on the west side of Kauai. The mold is fantastic. If anybody ever runs into those boats, they're worthwhile. That was cool. We sold it to some of the younger guys over here. Fisher Heverly and one of his friends.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Sick.
They ran that for a while.
And then you got the Hoku?
And we got the Hoku. We splurged.
Yeah.
New boat.
Dude.
Me and my partners, my buddy Mike, he used to be a lifeguard out here. Now he works in medical equipment and stuff. But known each other forever since like back in those days when I was living in the back house at Pipe. We're just like, man, if we don't buy a new boat now, we'll be talking about this when we're 70.
For sure.
We just got to do this already.
Sick.
Fuck it.
Did you guys order it or did they?
Yeah, I got it custom built.
Sick. How long did that take?
It only took a year.
Oh, cool.
It wasn't bad.
Oh, they banged it out.
Yep, banged it out. And then, yeah, been loving that, having a lot of fun on it.
Is your daughter into getting out on the water on it?
Yeah, she gets out. I don't know what her deal is, though. She never used to get seasick. Now she gets, like, sleepy.
No.
So I got to go on the calm days.
Okay.
But I used to get seasick every single time. But first couple of boat trips when you can't get off the boat.
Dude, that was what did it for
Cures
me.
ya.
When I was a kid, I got so seasick. I got like migraine headaches and I'd get seasick. So I'd just be
Sounds
buckled
awful.
on the boat, sometimes puking all afternoon, like so miserable. Then I went on a boat trip, the first one, and I was freaking launching the first night, just off the back with the Indos. I was sleeping on the floor of the kitchen, just puking like every half hour. It was like a shitty crossing. And after that, like the second or third day, I'd never gotten seasick again.
Yep.
So weird how that just something like changes.
I guess your body just gives up, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's got all these protection over. It's like I feel like our bodies often are like the new trucks that have way too much electronics and like all those diesel emission regulators and stuff. Like it's too many
Death
things
tanks
like,
and shit. Yeah.
I just need it to do its job. And you got to do that with your body every now and then. You're like, all right, thanks for the signal, but that's not what we're doing. And you'll adjust.
Just override the motherboard.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that's like big way of serving in a nutshell, pretty much, huh?
Pretty much.
Do you even have a motherboard? Or
I do.
were you just born
I
with
think
one
I
that
do.
just is like calibrated differently than the rest of ours?
I think
I always wonder this.
No, what I do is I'm like, because I've thought about it so much beforehand that I've already prepared myself mentally. I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? Who else has done that? So do you have something to compare it to, right? You have like, it's like, case law or something. It's like, okay, I have an example of this being done before. Okay, look at that. And then you're like, okay, I want to do this. How will I do it? What happens? A, B, C, and D, different scenarios of how it goes wrong. Okay, is this something I'm committed to doing? All right, I'm committed to doing it. So it's gonna seem scary and I'm not gonna wanna do it when I'm there potentially, but I gotta remind myself so I don't regret it later that we've been through this before and we've committed to this. You'll thank yourself later. And then that's how I'd always do it.
Wow.
It's like,
So you have like
I
a
want
really...
it. I showed up here for it. Like, fucking do the thing.
Yeah. So you almost have a more of like a logical approach to it than I would have imagined.
Kind of. It surprises some people.
Yeah, no, totally. Like,
But I
don't
also
know.
love it. Like, you kind of get like
Yeah.
caught up in it and start getting the momentum going and the froth going and start just kind of freestyling after that.
Well, I mean, I guess it's like when you love that feeling, it's like you get there and then you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm on a roll.
Yeah,
Let's
feeling
do this.
it.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. When was like your first? But that's what's crazy to me. It's like you grew up like you were surfing pipe from 12, so it's like probably paddling out to like an outer reef doesn't feel like, I don't know. Does that feel like a big jump up when you're like at what point were you doing that?
Well, I was doing that at the same time because my dad and his buddies that he worked with, they didn't like surfing around crowds, so we'd be surfing like the outer reefs and the weird waves that no one really goes out to. So I'd be the tag-along Grom.
No way.
And I'd go out there and I would go out to Sunset too when it was big, and Mikala, when we were Groms out there, he was like, dude, you gotta come by my house. Came by his house and he had like, somebody had left some 7.6 and he's like, here you go, you need a bigger board. You need to stop trying to do this with your normal board. So he
With
gave me
your
the
short board.
7.6, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I can like catch these waves and not just tomahawk on them all the time.
Wow.
And yeah, just getting the right boards really helped.
Do you even remember like were you scared?
Yeah, it like nervous for
Yeah.
sure, and like adrenaline out, but definitely more enjoying it than scared.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you just had that, like you just gravitated towards it from such a young age that.
Yeah, and
It
I
was just
kind of
part of
like
you.
knew where I wanted to go with it once I saw that it could be a viable thing, and I just wanted to get the experience to get to where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to ride like giant waves. 'Cause I always also thought like that was at a weird time when the tow thing got really popular and like nobody paddled anymore. Evan Slater basically saved it, being the editor of Surfing Magazine and like celebrating paddling into big waves, because then like who knows if I would have been able to maintain sponsorship and be able to like have time to go and do it. But I just felt like there's so much progression happening in surfing, and the progression in big wave surfing paddling, which to me is like the most challenging aspect, just totally stalled out. I felt like if you look at that what is it the 1996 Eddie, the one with Brock on that giant wave and the barrel he pulled into, but like I felt like that was like just a benchmark, and it had been so long and nobody had like tried to maintain that benchmark as much or even go past it. I felt like there's amazing things pioneering with toe surfing, but I felt like a lot of people were just escaping like the uncomfortable progression ledge that we were stuck at. And I feel like if you're going to also have like this incredible blessing of like living in a time and a place where you can do something like this for a living, I'm not like working in a coal mine as a child in Arkansas or something 80 years ago or whatever. Like you should do your best to at least pass the torch, in one way or another, whether it's taking what was before you and like bumping it up a notch or two or participating in that. Those were the reasons why I really kind of locked on to big wave paddle stuff.
Oh yeah. What age was that when you sort of made that like shift where you're all right, that's like, that actually is like a viable thing that I want to get after?
I think it was, we were teenagers, but there was like I think I was like 14 or 15. And first time I surfed Waimea when it was like 20 feet. And then there was another more solid day that happened after that, and I had just broken my eardrum and I couldn't surf, and Sturls went out and just like sent it on like the wave of the day.
No way.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting left behind.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? That was nuts. Oh, I'm such a loser, bro. I gotta get out of there. And then we just started going from there. We did get a ski, me and Jamie, and went to Jaws for my first time on like one of the biggest days I've ever been there, happened to be. And then I ended up doing a Tasmania trip with Jamie and Rusty and Greg, and I hadn't really known them real well before that. And so we all hung out together. Jamie knew them. And I was like, oh, these guys are all about it. Like there's no one else around that's like really wants to get after it and find new waves, and their approach, especially Greg, how, he researches things so much. It's like, this is what I want to do. And then, met Twiggy through them, just a million freaking wild adventures around the world with those guys. I feel like that was the prime time for me, is when we were all like running around chasing things to weird places that people haven't been to.
And you guys were still like pretty freaking young at that point, huh?
Yeah.
Or was that like a little bit later?
20s.
20s. Cruising with those guys.
Yeah.
And you'd been on Quick for like a pretty long time at that point already, right?
Yeah, I was with Quick when we were like going pretty hard on all that stuff.
Yeah, and they were obvious. That seemed like almost in a way like the pinnacle of like, I mean, that was kind of like the pinnacle of the surf industry, huh? So
it was.
And then they kind of built like the Quicksilver, like Waterman kind of thing. Was that sort of around a similar time?
That kept me going.
Yeah,
for sure. Thanks, Bob McKnight.
Dude, that's so crazy. You guys surf some wild waves, huh?
Yeah, just getting skunked a lot too.
Yeah.
Just you're chasing rumors and going to weird ass places with not a lot of infrastructure and trying to find a ski and doing your own safety, travel, organize different people from different places in the world trying to get in time, and it's just so much logistics and everything. And sometimes you show up and you're just like,
didn't work out.
Onshore. It's onshore in 12 to 15 feet.
Oh my God.
No.
Where were some of your like most memorable, or I mean, if you can't say where they are too, but just like what were some of the more memorable scores that you guys had?
We had some, I think it's just like some of the weird ones. We had some in Pacific Northwest. Had an interesting one in West Coast of South Africa, because it was huge. And you're just looking at places like, can we get out there? That looks like a wave way out there. And like nobody's surfed these places. There's nothing around. Nothing.
Jeez.
Just you guys. And you're kind of like, how do we get off the rocks to get out there? And like, is that a wave? Has it broke there multiple times?
How many big fish are swimming?
Yeah, and you're just
big?
like figuring it out. That was definitely interesting. Then one run when Todos was really big, we went to Mavericks. It got fogged in, rushed down to Ghost Trees. It was the only time I've been there to go tow it. It was a day I think Carlos Burley won an XXL for a wave that he caught that day. I remember watching it with our broken down jet ski, trying to paddle a tow board with the tow rope in my teeth, like, because the jet ski was going into the lineup when that wave came in. I was like, what am I doing? I'm not going anywhere. Ended up getting annihilated on a wave, like rode it too far and it just stepped out, and I jumped off, and there was a giant dry rock, like huge boulder, and I landed like in the trough next to it instead of right on it, thank God.
Oh my God.
And the lip was right behind me. It almost knocked me out. It might have knocked me out for a second. And it ripped like my whole hood on my 5 mil. So it was like it shredded like a hula skirt around my neck. It just blew it up. And so we went in and we're like in our wetsuits, and we're like, Greg's all, if we leave right now and don't stop driving, we can get to Todos at sunup.
Oh my God.
And we just sent it in our wetsuits, like didn't even stop. Drove all night long to Todos Santos. And I was like, you don't want to drive in Mexico at night and everything.
Across
it's
the
like
border.
One of the tail lights is out. Get some red duct tape and a mag light and put it on so it looks like a light. I got pulled over twice driving that night. Once for pulling out of a gas station without my lights on, another for being in the far left lane with a trailer in San Clemente. But we made it. First light's coming up, and it's humongous, and it ended up being like biggest I've ever surfed Todos. It was huge.
Wow.
Surfed all day. And then, just felt like I got hit by a truck. And we probably partied all night too after that.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Back the truck over.
Just fucking every time.
It's like, dude, we did that Fiji swellers. Like, you score that hard and you're just, the come down's so crazy. Like,
the energy is like, you can't get away from the energy. Everyone's wired. Everyone's like, I don't know, stoked to be alive, and you're with a good crew. You shared this crazy day. You don't go to sleep.
yeah. It's it's like surfing a contest, but like way gnarlier. I don't know. I used to feel like that sometimes on the tour. You like all week in an event, then you make pretty good. You make it to the final, and you're just like, wow, like you can't stop, and then you just
Yeah.
you just crash so hard. But yeah, the Fiji one, we sent it so hard that I was so destroyed the next day. I think it took me like 2 weeks after that. I like was puking the next day, flew home, was just all hung chow. I got back, and it was like I was on the couch for like 4 days, just like, what just happened?
Well,
But you did that all the time.
Somebody dosed a bunch of pizzas.
Oh no, that was a different.
Oh,
that was the original Fiji one. This I was really young for that.
Oh, this was
I
the
just
last
watched all
one.
that. This is the last one. That wasn't on the same level as that.
one.
But
Damn it.
yeah, that. Well, you got the one of ones of ones of
It
ones
got
of
me.
ones.
Got me.
Dude, oh my God, yeah. How is that swimming under? Tell me about that. I just stare at that photo. I'm like, how is this? That's not real.
I know.
Like, if
that's
you
what I was
could
thinking
ask
too.
AI to make it, it would make that.
Yeah, you'd almost look at if AI pumped that out, you'd be like, the proportions aren't right. It looks too perfect to be that big.
100%.
It has to like warp out. It's like, it reminds me of, you know, you ever go to like, those aquariums, those big aquariums, and it's like all the fish that get big, they end up getting like these weird like fin deformations or lumps on their heads. They got fucked up for being, that's how waves get. When they get to a certain size, it's like something's kind of usually got to give in the form of it. But that wave is, there's just so much energy to maintain that form on it at that size. It's pretty incredible.
I thought it was like you know, like the Hollywood movies where they like show the surf wave. It's just like the cartoon, and you're like, oh yeah, that's like the wave's fake. Like,
yeah,
it's like that. And your board looks so small.
Yeah, so that was an 8.6. That was 8.6.
Okay.
So it wasn't a giant board, but you can stack quite a few on there. I was shitting myself. I was thoroughly scared. I will definitely say I was scared.
Why is there no one else around you?
Cole was kind of close.
So were you guys like way up the reef?
Yeah, we were the furthest up the reef, and then so that was the second wave in the set, and I had like scratched over a few that were as big as the first wave of the set, and I was like, man, I got to figure out like what it has to look like, how far in I have to be under the ledge to have a go at one of these.
Yeah.
And so if you see the video of like both of the waves, this wave, the first wave comes and it's huge, but I kind of paddle up it and watch it. So I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, locked in my brain. It has to look like it's barreling over my head if I turn to try to catch one of these.
To be under the knuckle.
Yeah.
Like underneath it or that.
But there's so much sweep and energy pulling in that I lost so much ground, like taking my time and not continuing to paddle for like 2 seconds. I probably lost like 30 yards.
Wow.
And so it's like paddle over and it's the spray and you can't really see yet. And I'm like clearing my eyes of water. I'm like, all I see is black. I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
My God.
I did it this time, man. I really did it this time. And that's the thing there, because it's coming down the line so perfectly. I can kind of like gauge, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it under, but I'm like trying to watch it come like this, right?
Yeah.
And it was going so bionic up the reef. I was like, oh no. And yeah, thankfully I got through that one.
Did you take your leash off?
I got my leash off.
And just...
I would have gone over 100%. 100%. There was so much water. It was just like swimming so hard. And as soon as I've only a couple times I've had that where I've swam through a wave, but as soon as I go into the face of the wave, my ears just clamp down because of the instant pressure of the water stacked on top of you.
Wow. And I mean, that thing's like pretty much just like, they're almost backless at that point. So
yeah,
like there's
backless.
So much water on top of you.
Yeah. So I swam so hard to not get pulled over, and then you're like deep. So you have to like, you're not by the surface at all. You're like, it's like coming up from like 30 feet. Wow. Once you've gotten through what you feel is going to pull you back. So by that time I was spent. I was like, if there's another one, I'm cooked right now.
Whoa.
I'm winded, I'm shot. So I'm like, I'm not even going to look. As soon as I broke the surface, I just took a breath and started freestyle stroking towards the horizon still.
Was there another one?
There wasn't. And then the backwash wave from it breaking came and hit me. It was like this big, like a full wave. It was like a 3-footer came breaking back out. And then I just got stung by all the stuff in the reef, all the sea lice that stirred up.
No way.
Just zapped all over my body.
Someone told me there was like coral chunks like blowing out the back of that thing.
I fully saw like, which is crazy, right? Because I never thought about this, because I did see coral chunks go flying. Because I came up and I didn't really look. I kept swimming for like 3 strokes.
Yeah.
And then I looked and I still saw coral chunks like this big falling. So they probably got ejected so high.
They could have hit you in the head.
Dude, they were kind of like, they're going straight up or sideways, I remember.
Dude,
there was like one
so
going
crazy.
straight up and one going sideways.
Was that like one of the gnarliest waves you've ever, like, I mean, a wave can't really get much gnarlier than that thing.
Yeah, for sure. I got one day at Jaws way out the back. Nobody ever saw it. I got caught and had to bail on such a big wave. I was like, that was the most scared I've ever been.
Really?
'Cause I was like, I am cooked. I am dead.
Really?
Dead if I don't make this swimming through, or if there's another one behind it.
It's like same thing. Took your leash off.
I had to, yeah. I was
So
gonna
that's
get
the
pulled
go.
over,
If you're
and I'd
like, I'm gonna die, just take your leash off.
well, the thing was, it was, remember that, I think it was what, 2016 maybe, El Nino year. It was every 5 days. It was giant.
Yeah.
We're at Jaws all the time, lots of light winds, and it was a day Tom Doslin jumped off that one, and his leash yanked his leg in there.
Yeah.
It was that day, so that was a long interval, like gnarly day. And there was a peak, the left north peak was breaking way far out and way far away from where everyone was sitting on the west bowl.
Were you going left?
Well, I looked out there and I was like, I could definitely, the biggest waves of my life are out there right now.
Wow.
And so I paddled out there in the evening, and I was out by myself, and I could barely see the guys. That's how far away it was. And then the skis are in the channel even farther.
Yeah.
So they can't hear me, nothing. Like there's waves breaking on the main North Peak at Jaws, which kind of like obstructs the view even half the time from like the way outside one. So I could get plowed and no one would ever know, kind of thing.
And you didn't have like your own water safety guy?
No.
Yeah.
And then so I went out there and just like the biggest set came and I was just shitting. And it's so hard to tell when it gets that big where it's gonna break, because it like feathers for so long. So you're just like, okay, I know I want to be further out, but I also know I have to leave gas in the tank if I don't make this. I need something. And so I'm like, got my breathing and I'm paddling about as fast as I can to feel like I still have something, and just end up like paddling up it. And then I see it start capping and I'm like, oh no, I gotta bail.
Oh my God.
Bail. And as soon as I felt that thing start pulling me over, I was like, poop, see ya.
And
so
you got through it.
Got through it barely and lost a lot of ground, and you know, all the spray, you can't see anything, and it was like, oh my God. Same thing, I just got to the surface and kept trying to pace myself and swim to the horizon, and luckily there wasn't another one bigger. But then I was just out there and no one could see me. Like, hi! And it had been so long, I was like, there's gonna be another set.
Yeah.
I'm screwed. I know for sure nobody sees me because no one's coming. And then there's like, finally there's a moment where there's no waves in between us, and I'm like, and I'm getting winded from yelling.
Yeah,
too.
you're like burning energy, just floating and screaming and waving.
And finally somebody saw me, and then they like waved down a ski. They came. And,
Gnarly.
yeah, it was spooky for sure. But that wave was huge. Like,
One of the biggest waves you've ever seen.
yeah, it was huge. Like, I've been out the days that people have caught like world record waves and stuff, so I can kind of have a gauge. But it was really big.
Wow.
I had no business being there at all. I learned a good lesson.
That was probably was that pole vest days?
Did I have? I think I had a pole vest.
Okay.
I felt so bad too, because Laird was like, "You gotta try a Terry Chung board," and he made me this board, and we talked about it a bunch. I never even caught a wave with it.
It just went straight to the. Did
Straight
you even
to
get
the
it back?
I found a piece of it on the rocks, like this
piece.
big.
Oh.
And so I had to call. He like texted me like a week later. He's like, "How'd that board go?" I was like, "I'm sorry. This is the board of my life. I'm so sorry."
That one got sacrificed to Jaws.
Yeah, I felt bad about that.
How big of a board would that have been? Like,
It was a 10-2. It had serrated rails. Like,
oh
it
no
was
way.
trippy.
Crazy.
I did ride it at sunset one 10-foot day just to feel it. It actually felt really good.
Did you ever get another board like
I
that?
didn't have the balls to ask him after destroying that board without giving any good feedback.
Shit. So was that Cloudbreak session? Was that like probably the best waves you've ever surfed? You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really like. How could you even draw it better?
Yep. And besides those really mega ones, it was relatively friendly to get into.
Yeah.
You know? I've had some days on the outer reefs over here that I've just seen crazy stuff, but it's just pure fear.
Wow.
You know, like survival mode. Whereas like most of those waves, you're like, yeah, it's like, well, it's kind of gnarly and spooky, but I feel like if I'm in the right spot, I'm going.
Yeah.
You know?
And when you come off the bottom, you're getting drained for 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least.
At least.
Fuck, that's so crazy. That wave is just beyond. Like, we just saw it tickle that thing, and it was just like, blows your mind.
Good at 2 feet and good at 20 feet.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else like that.
Is that your favorite wave, you think?
It might be the all-arounder, right? Because it's got so many different faces and sizes. Like if there's one wave you had to surf forever, it's a pretty good option.
What about your favorite big wave?
Favorite big wave is probably there, and a couple of the outer reefs over here. Jaws is amazing, but it's just the love-hate. It just gets so punished, especially on the backhand there. Like, I still want to go get like a good barrel on the backhand, but yeah, the highs and lows at Jaws are very accentuated.
It looks, I've never been out there, but it just looks like sometimes the wave looks like it's gonna barrel and it doesn't.
Or it does barrel and then it does this whoa!
Yeah, like clamp thing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
such
sort
a
of
tough
thing,
read
huh?
on your backhand. You just got to commit to your rail.
Yeah.
If the wave looks, you're basically surfing based on the last thing you saw when your hands touch your rail. You're just like, Jesus, take the wheel. Don't crumble on me and just lip me while I'm fully planted on this board grabbing rail. So I will break. I don't got the legs for that.
Oh my gosh. So are you still like fully, like when wintertime comes, are you like, all right, I'm on like looking for those days, or is it a little bit, are you not quite after it like you were for?
I'm definitely not after it like I was. To be honest, it's like no one, like I like it, but I'm not gonna go out of. I'm a dad. I got bigger responsibilities now. I'm still down to go and send it, but I'm gonna be a lot smarter than I used to be.
Yeah.
Used up a lot of credits in my 9 lives realm, but yeah, and honestly, it's kind of like a vacation. I live a vacation, but it's like a lot of the brands I work with don't really care if I'm there all the time.
Yeah.
So it's more like, oh, am I gonna spend like $5,000 to go maybe get skunked on the swell, or just wait till it comes closer to home?
Totally.
But I'm down.
Yeah. Are there any like spots still that you're just like, or just swells that you always have your eye on, where if it pops up, you're like pulling the trigger?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to get back to Jaws, Peahi, you know, on a nice clean day. I'd love to do a nice Mavs left day. That'd be great. Get back there, go surf it with the boys. You know, obviously Cloudbreak. That gem lights up again. I'm gonna go there. And there's other spots that I do want to go to.
Yeah,
that I will.
Can't say some of them.
But
sure,
that's
top secret action.
That's the kind of beauty in it too, though. Is like I don't have to be, because before it was like, what did you do this week?
Yeah.
Basically, like you got to go, and it's fun, and I enjoyed it. But now that I don't have to do that all the time, I can, you know, have my ones that are documented and have my ones that are undocumented. And there's a lot of great undocumentable places to go hide out. Put your head down, don't bring cameras, and just have a surf with the boys, you know?
Sick.
So that's exciting.
Hell yeah. And then I know, like you're saying, that brands you're working with now, like seems like you've just been able to kind of like always just incorporate like all those passions you have around the ocean into what you're doing, which is seems so cool.
Oh, so fortunate.
It's like super inspirational for me too.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's like I just got really lucky that like everybody started just seeing it more than just surfing, you know, and like doing other things in the ocean and the outdoors. Because I wasn't gonna change.
Yeah.
I just got really lucky. It came. Whew.
You're
Thank
the
you.
guy who's, I mean, you're going to be doing it anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah, like same with, I'm like always just like, dude, I want to fish, I want to surf, I want to be in the water. Like,
Totally.
that's what I'm doing anyways.
Yeah.
Don't want to go anywhere else.
You know, I was just thinking about it today. It dawned on me. I was talking to my friend. He's dating this chick. He's like, man, she's the best one I've dated so far and everything. And I was like, you never know until 2 years in. 2 years in is when the exhaustion comes in, you know, and I feel like that was kind of like what the surf world and a lot of surfers did. It's like, it was just surfing. And then it was kind of like that 2-year relationship time where it's like, you know what, I kind of want to know about like, what's going on under the water. Fishing looks fun too. Maybe
Totally.
I can do all these different things.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just the singularity of just surfing, which is a great thing, but there's a lot of interesting stuff. You get to know what you're dealing with. I think it all complements your surfing. It's more meaningful, you know. It's like, for me, even like just to look at swells out here, it's like I know exactly what the drop-off ledge looks like and how it's interpreting different swell directions by, you know, okay, this swell is coming in this way, this other one's coming in this way. I know exactly like the points and everything.
Dude, that's so sick.
Which it just makes it a more interesting experience in general, I think.
Well, and just like where you position and read the waves and like your connection with the oceans, just it's all working together.
Totally.
And it's cool too, because like the days to go dive are like the days when it's flat and the wind's nice. I mean, I'm sure you can dive on other days, but it's like in that way it all complements each other so well too, because you're like, sick, it's flat, I'm not bored. I'm like psyched because I can go do this other thing I love to do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the waves are pumping.
My problem is I end up going diving when the waves are coming. Yeah, I just love diving in the winter because that's when our Onos or Wahoo are around.
Oh yeah.
So it's like this time of year when the wind gets nice, you know, it's like, because I don't see them during the summer. Okay. But you can shoot some really nice ones around here.
Yeah, on the North Shore.
Yeah.
Do you keep the boat in the winter more out here, or is it in like on? I remember one time you told me it was like on kind of the other side.
Yeah, my boat partner lives on south side, so we'll bump it over there sometimes, so you can get his groms out there more easily.
Yeah.
So we'll go back and forth. But I got it in a slip in Haleiwa.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Perfect. All winter.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it. You never have a bad day on the boat.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Unless it breaks down, but that probably doesn't happen within 3 years. Hopefully not.
New boats.
Yeah.
It's so nice having something that goes
God, dude. Before I redid our boat, it was like every trip I had 2 engines.
Yeah.
So usually I made it home, but a lot of the time it was on one of them. 8 knots.
I expect outboards usually to not start. That's where like my mind's at. I'm kind of amazed even when new ones start. I've had so much experience like doing homeschool mechanics on outboards.
Do you have outboards on the boat now?
Places. No, I went for...
Yeah, you did the diesel, right?
Diesel, yeah, Volvo.
That's what I have now too. At least that, you're like, oh, like, okay, I can kind of figure it out here.
Yeah.
I figured some weird shit out.
It's amazing what you can do when you don't have options.
Yeah. I also had some weird shit happen. Like one time, the throttle on our boat was so old that I couldn't get it to go in and out of gear. So it's just stuck in neutral.
At least it's stuck in neutral.
It was stuck in, at least it was I knew how to stop it from back on the motor, but I didn't know how to get it into gear from back on the motor.
So, did you have to access the throttle cable somewhere?
No, because I did all that, but it was like literally just like I don't know, maybe there was a spot on the motor that I didn't know about where I could have shifted it, but I couldn't figure that part out. So I just like killed it and went home on one motor.
Oh, okay.
If I'd had some vice grips on the boat, which now I do, I could have just like done it, but.
Yeah, I got a single engine on mine, it's fly-by-wire, so if I ever have a problem with that, I'm gonna be really confused.
Yeah. It's so fun though.
It is.
Even when you break down, it's all good. And how about Protect too? Because you got that going, right?
Yeah.
We're like very frequent customers.
Nice. I'm glad you like it. We're about 6.5 years in since we started it. It's growing. It's crazy. Like the customers that come, they all stay. It's just people just got to try it.
Yeah.
Half the people I know think it's still a powder. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys, we've been beating on this drum for how long? It's like, that's why it's amazing. It's So the whole thing, it's a liquid hydration, hydration that mixes instantly. But part of that being a liquid, it's breaking down the mineral size to such a tiny, minuscule size that it goes into your tissues way faster. It doesn't have to go through your GI tract. Like technically, it's accessing your bloodstream, like through the lining of your mouth before you even swallow it. Yeah, it hits your system faster, more completely absorbed, mixes instantly, tastes great, all of those things. But it's been a really fun, exciting, wild process.
How'd you get into starting that in the first place?
So I met other founder, Tim Duba. He's our CEO now too. I met him, he was working for a different company, and we just got along real well. We're like-minded, and we'd always talked about man, we're always working on other people's stuff. Never had something start to finish that's our own. And so just ended up doing it. He came up with the idea, and he was like, hey, are you willing to be a part of it? I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's roll the dice. And through some very fortunate structure on the front end and partnerships, we're able to have access to get this formula done and to hone it over a couple of years to be able to have something that's truly different. And yeah, that's where it started, and we've been in it ever since. So we went vertical. So all of our stuff is made in the USA. It's in Dallas, Fort Worth, shipped out of the same place where it's made. And we just got our NSF certification for sports. So
cool.
Third-party tested. Olympic athletes can take it, military.
I never knew what that was until I was on the tour and I started having to pee in those cups, and all of a sudden you're scared to put anything in your body. You're like,
yeah, you hear those horror stories, right?
Yeah.
And of people it doesn't have to be even effective amounts of anything.
Yeah, or something that you don't even think, it's not performance enhancing, but it can still get you in trouble. It's so trippy.
Yep. Yeah. So you get all that stuff made overseas, and it's who knows what else is in that factory and moving through there, and it's just cross contamination can sink your battleship,
So gnarly.
And then that's an ugly look. What do your sponsors do when that happens?
Yeah.
It's oh sure.
You forgot.
You're kind of screwed.
Yeah, you get totally screwed.
So that's been an exciting step in the process. Is now professional athletics. A lot of so we got a lot of Major League Baseball teams that are coming on right now. A lot of big athletic programs from the big colleges are coming on right now. That's always the interesting thing. It's our easiest sell is to the strength and fitness heads at programs at these elite colleges and professional sports teams. They read it, they use it, they're wow, you guys aren't bullshitting.
Yeah.
They're the easiest sell. Everybody else is it really comes down to taste, I feel for everyone else.
That's it. It tastes good though.
It does taste good.
Yeah.
And our two new flavors are amazing.
Yeah.
They're probably my favorites. But it's just getting people to try it, right?
Huh.
It's once they try it, and then they're customers for 3 years going, so they've figured out their favorite flavors, they stick to it. So that's why we're okay, we got some new options for you guys.
Yeah.
Make everyone happy.
Rob.
But yeah, interesting.
How involved in that are you day to day?
So day to day, well, it's been we're finishing a fundraising round right now, so that's part of the process. And then just connecting the dots, getting content into the team, putting a fire under the rest of our team's ass to send in their content and everything, and making those brand relationships and opening doors to different places. That's the other thing about a business too. I would never do anything that I didn't think it was an amazing product, because what you often end up doing is people are opening doors for you, right? So it's your reputation is on the line. It has to be something good. You can't just go around bullshitting about stuff or you're cooked. You used all your bullets up. So very glad that this is the case. I really think it is the best product out there, and a lot of people have been very kind in opening doors for us, and we haven't let them down yet.
Nice.
So that is a big factor in it.
Yeah.
In starting a business.
Dude, for sure. Yeah, and you kind of only get so many chances, and then it's like, oh, they're gonna go on to something else. So
Yes, exactly. You only get so many shots on goal, right?
yeah, that's rad.
But it's been fun.
Heck yeah. Well, I hope it continues to succeed.
Thank you.
We'll keep ordering.
I love it. Thanks for the
Yeah,
support.
dude.
You got to get some of those new flavors. They're amazing.
What's new?
So
I think we were getting raspberry and lemonade. We're like the last two.
we got a mango citrus, which is really good. It's not overly sweet, but it is sweet. And then we went back to the old school, like a Gatorade-esque orange flavor.
Okay.
But it's like a way better one. Like, have you ever had fruit flavored things in Japan?
Yeah.
Like how they have amazing grape
what's
flavors.
the one I
and-
choose?
Yeah, how they nail their flavors.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm not a big orange flavor guy, but our orange flavor is like nailed.
I
love
actually do
it.
like orange flavored Gatorade,
Got a sample, bro.
especially when you're hung chow.
Dude, the Gatorade, the hydration, not Gatorade, our hydration and the energy combo
Gets you
hangovers, like in magical.
Hell yeah.
Which is funny because we're like doing all these things for like professional athletics with the NSF cert and everything, and that's like the ongoing inside secret that it's so good for hangovers.
For
we're like,
sure.
but we can't talk about.
You're not
this
telling
right now.
that story.
We can't tell that story right now because we're getting accepted to all these,
You're going for that. But the athletes
elite
party
level
too.
of athletes. Yeah, but
They're celebrating at some point.
wait till you got a hangover. Just
Yeah.
thank us later.
Oh my gosh, that's classic. Hell yeah, Mark. Well, dude, thanks so much for jumping
Yeah,
on
I
and doing
appreciate
this.
it.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you,
sure,
buddy.
dude. Hopefully we could go fish one of these days.
Let's do it.
Or get barreled.
I'm in.
Or both.
Same day.
Yes, sir.
Could happen.
Yeah. I've seen you guys out here when it's barreling. I'm like, oh, I think that's Mark's boat out there.
No. Yeah, what we did that what did we do the other day?
Oh, I saw you posted like one day, it was like Eli was watching the freaking him or you. Or
Yeah,
like,
he's gonna miss his heat.
Yeah.
He's like, I can go dive this morning. I don't think they're gonna run. We're
and they
like
called it on.
all the way around the east side.
No way.
And he's just like, I think my heat's going out in 2 hours. I was like, bro.
Did you bring him back?
Brought him back.
Dropped him off?
His boards were in his truck at the harbor, so he
Oh
had to go
my
all the way back to
gosh,
the harbor.
All the way back.
And he came all the way back, and they shut the contest off right before his heat.
Oh, he had to pay for fuel that day.
Right, you know what's crazy that day? He went in, so he had his buddy who films, and so we went out way deep blue water.
Yeah.
Freaking, we're doing drifts, lots of bait, don't see anything. I go get on the boat, take my mask off and everything to reset the boat, and his buddy's in the water. He's like, hear him kind of making noise in his snorkel. He's right on the swim step, and he's like, hey, I think there's an Ono right here. I'm like, oh, no way. So I'm like, I'm not going to get all my gear on in time, so I just throw my mask on, jump in, and it's a marlin.
No way.
And it's just chasing these small tuna that are trying to hide under the boat. I'm like, what?
Crazy.
And I started getting my gear, and thing swims off. I'm like, dang it.
Damn.
So my other friend, he's still swimming back to the boat, so he swims back, get on, and we're talking about it. And the same kid is on the other side of the boat. He's like, they're here again.
It's back.
And two bigger ones showed up, and we're like right under our
What?
boat. No gear.
No way.
Yeah.
Have you ever shot a marlin out here?
Never out here.
Wow.
Just so people know, we eat them here.
Yeah.
It's a victimless crime.
I know it is.
We eat the hell out of them,
thought that was-
especially the stripers.
Dude,
The smaller
yeah, that's
stripers
pretty
are
good, I
good.
know. I went down to Mag Bay for a Salty Creek thing.
You just
I mean,
swim-
they're just
Covered.
everywhere. It was insane. And like,
yeah.
we were just like catching them and letting them go. And unless they get one that's like tail wrapped or something that comes in dead, they like let them all go. But they're so good. Dude, I think,
like
you know Jared Dow?
Jared who?
Jared, he's got the flyer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
He gave me some smoked marlin, what was it, pineapple cheddar sausage or some sausage. You had that?
I haven't had that one.
Dude, it was insane.
He knows how to make that
Someone
stuff.
like, I don't think he got it from some uncle and it was like cut with pork fat. cheddar, pineapple, or something, dude. Is
So the
good.
flyer
I
is-
dream of that stuff.
The flyer, there's one boat in between me and the flyer.
Oh, okay.
So our slips are right there. I see him all
Sick.
the time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's a good fisherman, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Jared, like, he spent some time in Santa Barbara, either like living there, or his mom lives in Santa Barbara.
I
think.
remember him saying that.
Yeah.
He came from there.
Right on.
Anywho, his beers are good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Huh?
like 'em.
There's another one in there if you want it.